program loans or PPP loans. Have you been seeing this as of late?
I remember us discussing about the scamming portion, and a rapper that said it and made a whole song about how he did the PPP loan and he got arrested maybe a week after it came out or a
Yes,
month. They were following him for a minute, but yeah.
yes, very good. But see, here's the thing, Bash. He's not the only person that's been doing this. In fact, there's just been this whole fraud scheme of people applying for PPP loans claiming to be businesses. For those of you who do not know, PPP loans was funded by the government in a COVID aid relief, where basically the thing about the loan is it's supposed to help fund businesses and paying and continuously paying their employees,
Yeah, so
whether it's
the COVID
nonprofits,
yeah.
whether they're 1099 people, small business owners, mom and pop shops. That is who that money goes towards.
Yeah, for both
But
the CARES Act and the COVID Act.
yes,
Yeah.
and here's the thing though, with that loan bashing, it's a loan. So what that means is you're gonna have to pay that back and plus interest too.
No, it's not interest.
There's interest if you don't pay it up right away. There's interest.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Yes,
Interesting.
there's interest on that. But here's the
Is it
thing:
interest due to like them taking it from other banks because that's how the money was funneled?
yes, the money is funneled through other banks. So if your bank is TD or JP Morgan Chase, like that's where you get your PPP loan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And hey, I'd like to say this too, Bastion. I understand why people were hitting licks on the federal government, because they did such a great job in actually giving people money. Because
It was
what?
an okay job. It wasn't great for
No,
maybe
that
the
was sarcasm.
first.
That
Okay,
was
okay, okay,
sarcasm.
okay. I was about to say.
That was sarcasm, Bastion, because here in European countries, people have been getting $2,000, $4,000 per month. We've waited however long months of $12,000, and then we had to wait another couple months for what, $600, and then another
6 months, 6 to 7
6 months
months.
for 1,400.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, you have other countries that's getting 2,000 a month, 3,000 a month, 4,000 a month.
They got it for like 5 months straight.
Exactly, straight too. This is consecutively. So I understand when people are starving and people are unemployed. Guess what? Guess what happens? Crime goes up. Fraud is going to go up. People are going to hit licks. I understand that. Do I think it was right? No, because guess what? You're stealing from the feds. And guess what? Guess one thing that you should never play with: the feds and their money. Because guess what? They're coming back to get their money. And hey, here's the thing about loans, too, right? You have to write out or document where that money's going to. You have to. And if you give some BS, guess what? They're going to audit you. They're going to check where that money's going. So if that money's going to you buying Ferraris and Bentleys and name brands and designers, guess where you're going? Guess where you're going? And here's the even more messed up thing. Or not even messed up. This is all public knowledge. You can go online, which I have done, and see these LLCs. You can go online right now. This is public record. And I remember as a child, right? My dad was like, Giovanni, you can do anything you want in the world, right? You could be whoever you want to be. You could be a thief if you want to be a thief. But guess what? If you want to be a thief, be the best thief there is. Never get caught. You know what my favorite thieves are? The ones that got away, because you never hear about them. Y'all are moving sloppy out here.
They always are. Yo, let me just tell you about like what sloppy.
You have your addresses on record. for your business, where you lay your head. They're coming for you.
Let's talk about sloppiness, right?
Please.
Because one of the things I found very interesting is how they were doing the applications. Like they were submitting fake tax records. You can't submit a fake tax record because all they have to do is program an algorithm to compare your previous into what you submitted, and boom, that's it. Which is kind of ridiculous that you have to submit something like taxes, which should be like, if you're working with the federal government, they should have it already. Then also creating a dummy payroll, which is something you could fake. The problem is people were using, maybe there's someone online that was creating a patch and say, hey, use these names and this is how you create a dummy payroll. Because not everybody knows how to make one.
No.
Right? Like imagine telling someone
people
like
using their addresses where they lay their head at.
And they're using like they could go online and kind of grab other information from other people because they can say, oh, this person works under me. This is their payroll. This is how much I paid them, da da da. And they're going to front you the money. And that's the thing. It's like those people never worked for you. Of course, they're going to find out. It's like you can't hide that type of data from the government. And it's the government. It's not your local loan shark.
They're
where you can disappear real quick and they can't like find the information that you kind of lied about. Like the feds, they put 2 to 2 together.
And one of my favorite movies is Goodfellas, right?
Yeah.
When they robbed the airport, right? When they had the biggest heist in U.S. history at that time, right? Everyone started celebrating. Everyone was at the bar, right? Robert De Niro sees one of his men come in with a new chinchilla coat and a new car. You know what Robert De Niro said in that instance? Get rid of it. What are you doing? You are going to draw attention to us. Don't buy anything too expensive. Why do you have this $3,000, $5,000 chinchilla coat and a brand new car? What are you doing? Get rid of it. Get it out of here. You are not welcome in here with that on. Go get rid of it. People, stop flexing what you do online. Do not do it. I think that's another negative of social media, and especially like with Instagram specifically, because Instagram sells you on a luxurious lifestyle, right? And a lot of these people don't really have those means. Look what Bow Wow did. He had to freaking give us a stock photo footage of him on this private jet when he wasn't even on the private jet. He was flying commercial. Hence the Bow Wow challenge.
You fake your way to make it sometimes.
Fake your way to make it, absolutely. But bro, don't.
If you lie all the way.
Nah, man. Like, I have no problem with y'all hitting licks, but like, be smart about the lick. Don't show it off.
But we gotta talk about the positive, to talk about the people that needed the loan, that got it. Like, they shouldn't worry about it compared to the people that stole it, because it's all about, I think as of right now, since April, roughly around 120 people has been charged with criminal offenses.
Yes.
And they just said like, hey, like, don't worry about it. All you need to do is have like records supporting the company's determination that the loan was used for the necessary things, emails and other communications with lenders, and make sure that you have the records of how you use the funds
that you
received.
If they don't have that.
No, I'm talking about regular people.
Oh, regular people.
Yeah, we're talking about the scammers, but I promise you, like, the scammers is less than 5%.
Get your guap up LLC is going to have a horrible time.
I promise you, like, this is blown out of proportion a little bit because it makes for a good story, but I think it's like 5%. But shout out to you, that 5%. I don't know what the number is. Like I said, 120 people were caught so far, and they've been searching since November.
But again, Bastion, if you want to look, you can look. It's all public info.
Yeah, no, I know. They're like, let's give this story 6 more months. Even the next 3 more months, they're going to come out with more numbers. But I promise the people. Nah, it's not as bad as you think. It's not as bad as you think. There's a lot of people that took the loan. Yeah, I promise you. It's not like 50% were scamming. I promise you. It's never like that.
If I ever scam, you would never hear it. You would never hear of it.
No, you eventually tell the story like 20 years later, when they can't charge you anymore.
Yeah, statute of limitations. But if I do it now, you would never know. Not at all. You will never
What's
hear me
that?
rap about
You
it.
got a new laptop and a new iPhone
You will
at the
never
same
hear.
time?
You'll never hear me rap about it in a song. You will never hear that ever. Just saying, you just won't. Stop doing
Okay.
it. Stop telling on yourselves.
And you
It's
got new
annoying.
sunglasses? Wow, with the shades on.
I'm not a sunglass
Description.
person.
No, okay.
Yeah, I'm not.